again, like we talked about in the very beginning, what's your fitness and where's your homeostasis to get there? So this is your ramp up. You get there, you maintain it. Then you also have to have kind of that little slough off where you back down a box, kind of get yourself back a little bit into neutral, and then you keep going again. But make your goals like this, not like, because that's where we see everybody. Overwork and then burn themselves out. Overwork, then burn themselves out. Be that person that it's a part of your routine and you have a system and you have a map. Cool on that? Any questions on that? What's the best takeaway from today, guys? It's so damn quiet.
Realizing
Did you guys drink the beer last night?
There are actual levels, and that you never really, until you look at something like this, you don't really realize where you are in the spectrum of fitness, your behavior.
Yeah, and we've never done this. So like, let's get perspective. Like, because yeah, having levels of this and having an actual, like, I guess, game plan helps. And I kind of touched on that, just like planning is the answer to everything. But with business, it was the same way for like the last, let's say, 2 years. I just worked hard. I didn't really have a plan. Yeah. Yeah. It hasn't been done, but yeah, please, yeah. So anyway, so we ended up having, we've had a couple different business coaches over the last like year and a half, 2 years, and the one cool thing is like, to me, it gives me a map and some guidance. It gives me like, what is my weekly task? What do I need to do? And with this, like one of the biggest things that he talked to us about this year is, one, not just doing a monthly nutrition seminar, but we're doing the weekly accountability meetings now, but then these. So we have like 12 months set up, and so just like you said, you've never like looked at what it looks like and forecasted, neither did we. And like, we're the ones leading it. And he's like, what is the path to live fit? He's like, what would it look like? What would it, whatever? And he's asking us these questions. We're like, I don't freaking know. Like, it just happens. We watch it, you know? And so when it actually, I had to put this on paper, I was thinking about people. It was like, oh, this is Laura, that's April, this is the, you know? And I had to actually put it in that sense. On this side, I need to, what did you say?
This is April, like.
Yeah, well, no, and so actually.
Like the bottom for working out and at the top for nutrition.
I actually used this based on people, and this was like where I actually thought it should be, because nobody does it right. I mean, we don't do it right. It's a very, this is the easy part to put more effort into this. This takes like premeditated, thought out in advance. It takes you shopping, it takes you cooking, it takes you putting together. Like there's so much more that goes into this. This you have to pack clothes and show up, okay? So like, it really is. Like I started going through people, like who can I kind of put into that category? Like what would be considered to me overtraining that somebody would do for a very limited time, and what would be like kind of the high achieving levels of it? But the nutritional component, to me, it's like, how can you get the most basic input and get the most maximum output? And I think that's where like everybody needs to go back to that, is like find a box, live in it. Find a box, live in it, and just keep kind of going through step by step. So no, it's cool. I'm glad you said that, because it really is. It's like, I'd never thought of it. We never thought of it. Yeah. What else? Any other good takeaways? April, come on, it's got to be from you. I was gonna say Laura.
I mean the balance of nutrition and your workouts, it's, I don't know, but the nutrition is like, to me, is so much more important. Mm-hmm. This, I can follow what you say. You guys say, okay, do this.
Because we're telling you, we're standing over your face. Yeah.
Nutrition, I have to be accountable. You're not at my house going, oh no, you don't have that. You have to be. So the nutrition part has always kind of, I've fibbed myself.
Yeah.
And when you fib yourself.
Explain that. Go further into that. What do you mean fib yourself? You say you're eating clean, but you're not, or?
Yeah, I'm eating pretty clean. I bust my ass at boot camp and did extra, and I'm good to go, you know, but not really, you know, putting in the effort on the nutrition. I prep food for my husband who works out of town. I prep food for my dog. But I would not prep food for me, which is so dumb. I'm already prepping food. And I have learned this year that I can prep for myself too. We all eat chicken breast. So, but it's, I'm telling you, for years, I did not prep for me. I prepped for my dog and my husband, and it's weird. But
you're gonna see the craziest thing when you watch that about your face, like your emotions you can change, and you said
yeah.
my dog, and then like yeah.
I know. It's like it's amazing how dumb I have been.
I don't think it's dumb. I think it's the nature of being a nurturing person.
Yes.
You take care of everyone else
Yes.
before you take care of yourself.
Exactly.
So it's not dumb.
Yeah.
It's hardwired in who you are, and I'm glad you finally figured out that you're as important as everybody else.
I love that. That's so cool. Lamb,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. So there's the four ways to tango or whatever, but it's all the different animals of like what you relate, and by far you're a lamb. You put everybody else, you put Rolo's a lamb. Rolo will
100%.
get run over by a car trying to like, I don't know, whatever.
Save a cat.
Yeah, no, not even. Make sure the battle rope doesn't get dirty or something. I don't know. Like Rolo, you could have let it go. But really, sometimes a lamb is a lamb to a fault, and it's you put other people's priorities in ahead of yours. So no, it's cool. The one thing you said with yourself, tricking yourself. Does anybody feel like after today, like you're tricking yourself a little bit with nutrition? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we all do it.
We're human, guys. Seriously.
It's human nature. So as you were saying that, there was one thing that I thought of, and I want to try and stump Shelly with this. What would be one question you could ask somebody to know if they're really on their nutrition or not? And you ask it. It's like the first question you ask everybody when they're like, oh, yeah, I want to do better.
How's your protein?
How much protein are you taking in a day? If somebody's like, oh, good, they're not. If they're like 120 grams a day, they're doing good. Like,
Well, and
protein
I
is a
just
very...
wanted to point out too, all the post-workout shakes that I don't see in people's hands.
Yeah, you guys just busted your asses. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it really, and I guess that's my one thing, despite my weight fluctuating and being an emotional eater and this and that, I like live and die by my protein shake. Like truly, especially post-workout, I can never stress enough how important protein
you
is.
can do any
And-
brand, you don't have to join a cult, just buy protein, just drink it. Like, yeah. We're not going to have you sign up 5 levels below somebody, just find a protein
and water
supplement and
are
drink it.
usually the two biggest things with diets. You're not drinking enough water to flush everything out, and protein, so those would be my
It's a
two
huge
big
difference.
takeaways.
Yeah, and it's really, well, and the reason why I say protein's so cut and dry, like carbs like have different density and weights, and some are more moist than others. Sorry if people don't like the word moist. I'll just say it again. So it'll weigh a little bit differently for a cup, half cup, than it would from carb to carb. With meat, pretty much consistently, you're going to get 6 to 7 grams of protein for every ounce. So if you know, like I eat 5 ounces at lunch, 5 ounces at dinner, and I do 2 shakes, then you know that you're getting 100 grams of protein a day. So that's why when I say, like, that's always the first thing, well, how much protein are you taking in? And when you see people, oh, pretty good, I ate a lot of protein. They don't. They don't. Like, and it's not to be negative against them, but like you know or you don't. Like 2 shakes a day is 100 grams if you're doing, so you should at least have a ballpark, so.
Depending on how much scoop you put in.
Yeah, and how flat that soup is, and so that the whole thing is like you don't have to know exactly, and that's why it says loosely tracking macros. But it's like, oh, I get 100, a day from shakes, or I get 75 from shakes, and I eat 10 ounces of meat a day. That would even be enough. But a lot of times, like we don't even know that much. So that would be a good place to start with it. Is again just being way more mindful of your protein, because it's the difference. It is the difference, and it keeps you full and stops you from getting hungry of eating sugar.
For food and everything. And I guess the easiest thing to me as far as wanting to make a small change in your diet is just upping your protein. And I would say water, water, water. And never stress enough with drinking water. And that's regardless of weight loss, just for life and health.
Yeah, and really with the protein, I was right there with that, but like, if you're eating 4 ounces already, just add a 5th ounce. Like, it's not like we have to do a new diet. Like, keep eating what you were eating, just take a bigger portion. Like, it's that simple. If you're not doing a shake, adding 1 scoop twice a day would be, a game changer. 2 scoops would be even better. So it all just depends on that, but yeah. Any other takeaways from today, guys? April, please, give me something. Because I see your face reacting when I talk, and you don't even realize that. For 30 minutes, I just watched your face go.
You don't know my face.
Wait, I saw Bucky smile throughout. I saw you shake your head a ton. Yeah, just like you're doing right now. That's like a, I don't know what's going on smile.
No, just because this is the first time I've ever worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks to my brother. And I've never lifted weights, never exercised.
Yeah.
I try 3 to 4 times a week. Food, I am an emotional eater.
Yeah.
So.
What's your go-to food, Joe? What is it? Like, what's?
Oh, jeez. I mean, anything. Ice cream. I mean, bad food.
What's your favorite ice cream? Let's get detailed.
Oh, just go off fudge.
What brand?
Good.
Baskin Robbins.
Cool. Set a deadline. Put it in your calendar. Awesome.
I haven't had any since I've been here.
Put it on your calendar for 1 month from now. But you have to meet a certain requirement. So like if a month from now is 30 days and you want to be in, say, box 2, you know that you need 4 workouts. So if you've achieved 16 workouts during that time, you've limited yourself to under 2 cheat meals each of those 4 weeks, then put it on that Saturday on that 5th week. Do it. Because what'll happen is when you go to have a moment of weakness next week or in 2 weeks, you're going to have a moment of weakness. Instead, you'll be like, no, I'm stronger than that. I can do this, and it's this far away. I can get there. You know, but if you don't do that, we're just living day by day and emotional. But this is going to be the emotional of like, I want you to cry because you want it so badly. You know you're stronger. You know, not because you had a breakdown. So, and the other part too, guys, if you have a breakdown, like you just go right back.
Yeah.
2 breakdowns is worse than 1. You know.
Turn it off and then back
And I
on.
guess that's a huge thing. Is like in between your fitness journey, like I say this all the time. Like he said, we want to work out, we want to diet, we want to do this, and like when one thing falls short, if you have a bad day, you have a bad week, you have a bad fucking month. Still, like be gentle. Don't throw it all away and say like you're not worth it. Suck it up and get back on to the next day or the next week. But don't live in that same thing of, I can't believe I did this, I can't believe I cheated, I can't believe I didn't make it for a workout. So what? Move on to the next day, the next hour, the next week, the next month. The biggest thing is to keep trying or striving to get to where you want, just not to stay in that, emotional state. Just be gentle because we are so hard on ourselves, I think. And I think there's so much pressure on each other. And I will say no offense to them, but especially for women, I think we put so much pressure on ourselves. So just be gentle. Really, don't beat yourself up too much if you end up eating that ice
That's the
cream.
first woman in history to cheat on her diet. It's okay.
I
You're
didn't
fine.
need your rib in the first place.
Right, Carla? I was doing just fine before you.
To piggyback
No.
off Michelle,